Hello there, my name's Arlene Borrell and I work at the Gateway Centre, which is on the heart of Ravenscliffe estate in Bradford. I've been running a local history group now for the last 18 months and I'd really like you to come inside and say hello to them. Come on in. So this is our great community centre. It's fantastic working here and we have the best history group. So follow me. Our history group started because Ravenscliffe gets a lot of bad press. It's all about unemployment, big rats, drugs, and it's such a wonderful, vibrant community that we wanted really positive news and for people to know about the history of their estate. So let me introduce you to the people who absolutely make this project. So this is our history group. They've been absolutely fantastic and we've had funding from the Heritage Lottery to research the history of the estate in relation to World War I and Ravenscliffe being built as a garden estate for the soldiers returning from World War I. And we've, over the course of the 18 months we've been operating, we've gathered loads of information, people's stories that have come from all over the country, from America, from Australia, and this is now the history group that we're focusing on.
My name is Frank Raper. I'm 79 years old now, but in 1936 I was born at 40 Falkland Road on Ravenscliffe Avenue. My memories of my childhood were absolutely fantastic. A lot of people malign Ravenscliffe estate now, but believe you me, in them days, it was an oasis, absolutely. There was nothing around us apart from fields and woods, and we had a great childhood. Despite the fact that in 1939, when the war started, we weren't aware of it, all that was raging in the outside world around us. We never even gave it a thought. We were too busy out playing all the time. You know, we were doing anything. I know my mother used to call us in about 9 o'clock at night and we couldn't find us. We were up in the woods looking for various things. Mind you, I know every blade of grass in them woods, but that's beside the point. But memories, we all played our own games, hide and seek, whip and top, skipping, hopscotch, you name it, we did it. None of these fancy iPods and things they have today.
Do you remember Tofflees?
I keep seeing one of the Tofflees in Morrison's, one of the girls.
Do you ever remember Purcell's?
Yeah, Purcell, I remember.
Do you ever see any of them?
I'm Nancy Shaw, used to be Nancy Steer, lived in Bowness Avenue. I remember the cricket on the cricket field.
You'd wander
V-Day, so we getting the table out and the piano and all the excitement and happy days in Ravenscliffe.
There's a reservoir there, we used to play on here.
Yeah.
They used to play football and the girls would play rounders and things.
Terry O'Connor. I lived at 6 Damon Avenue, which is just off the avenue itself. I was born in 1939. I lived there for 22 years. I got married. When I was 5-year-old, remember, end of the war, there were bonfires everywhere. We had one end of Larwood, and the party on Larwood, and everybody provided food and that what they could, which then days it's very, very hard, difficult.
My name is Grace Hilton Nee Taylor. I was born on the Ravenscliffe estate and spent the first 15 years of my life there in bliss. This is the E-Day party for the children, and the fathers, they all brought the tables out of the houses and the chairs, and the mothers brought the best tablecloths, and here we are, the children are having a party. This is my mother here. And we had a tea party, and then in the evening, when it got dusk, we had a bonfire, fireworks and dancing. And we children had decorated glass jam jars in which candles were put, and they were strewn from the trees, so I suppose it looked quite nice. And here below, this is an earlier photograph taken on Ramwood Avenue where I lived till I was 7 years old. This is me in the centre, and this is my sister Frida and my sister Rita, and that's next door's dog. And that's taken just across the road from here at number 16 Ramwood Avenue.
Well, did you know Doreen, Betty and Fred?
I knew Doreen from us, yeah.
They were all friends of mine.
There was a railway line ran along the back of our houses, and we used to go and put pennies on the railway line. The train would run over and make them bigger, so there were 2 or 3 times the normal size of pennies, but in this day and age, you might derail a train even. You never thought about things like that. And you'd run into the middle of the railway and dash off when the train came on. And then there was a tunnel right under the railway embankment. We used to get on, go through this tunnel, dare each other to go through from one side to the other. And it was quite a way as well. If I got a chance, I'd like to go back and have a proper look at that, if it's not all overgrown.
Frank, yeah, we used to go cycle together. Yeah, well, we used to set off up to the Dales or York, and he was 14 or 15. I was. Frank was a bit older than me, so. Oh, you noticed Frank straight away. He hadn't altered at all, really.
And how long have you been since you've not seen him?
Was he 50 years? Yeah.
I remember Frank, a cheeky little kid, always there.
Oh, because that's who is it?
A right little character.
There were Ernie Slater, Geoffrey Slater, and that young man. I call him John, and that have a different name, but he answered to it.
Don't you remember Sharon?
After, I think I was about 7 or 8 years old, we moved down to a parlour house. Some people say that's posh. I didn't think so. And that was in Osterley Grove, right down at the bottom, and we looked out across to the woods, which it was a lovely place. And I really loved Ravenscliffe, and I still do.
We used to slice down the avenue, down Damon Avenue. Start at the top, right down to the bottom. If you just stick it down bottom there, we went down to the woods, slice down there. Not to the wall. The heritage shelters, so we had 2. And we used to use half one of them going down the street.
Really?
The sledging, yeah.
To sledging?
Yeah, yeah. I like going down and pull it back up.
Ernie Slater, who was my mother's best friend's son. And I went to see him in his house, and he said, "Come away from that window." I said, "What for?" And I got a big kiss planted on my lips. I never forgot that.
And when I look at Nancy, she's always taking the mickey, and she said I was a cheeky devil when I was younger, but I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. I thought I was a sweet little child. But anyway, as I say, as you get older, these memories do tend to fade, and you wonder how much of it you've remembered accurately. Because you look back and think, did that really happen?
Do you remember that? Oh, they've put a lot of stuff on, haven't they?
Yeah.
Who's done this?
Well, I know that it's sadly has had a bad reputation in recent years, but at the time I lived there, it really was just lovely. The neighbours were all nice. We children, of course, because there wasn't the cars that there are now, could play out in the road. We played rounders, we played cricket, we had guiders, which we sat on, zoomed down the road on. We did all sorts of things. It was really wonderful. So I still think it's a lovely place. I mean, when you look at the surroundings and we see the fields and the woods, it really is nice.
Everybody were helping each other out then. There were no animosity towards each other. Well, everybody only got the odd fist fight now and again, but you never thought much about that. All the neighbours, you got on with every one of them there. I can't remember any real nastiness amongst them like you hear about today.
They used to say that now when you go on there you've no tyres on your cars. When you come up, and it wasn't like that when I lived there. It were a happy place to grow. Good times I had on Ravenscliffe.
I look at it from this point of view, it's not the estate, it's the people that live on it. I mean, if you get rogues living anywhere, they get a bad reputation. So the estate gets a bad reputation. And it's nothing to do with the estate itself, it's just the people that live there. And I've said this before, you can put a pig in a palace, but it'll still be a pig. Well, no matter where you put it, won't it? So I bet the majority of people living on this estate are still great people. But it's the rogues that get all the headlines, which is unfortunate. And the estate itself, down the bottom end, is all changing. They're all rebuilding the houses. Whereas where I live, the house is still there. You know, the houses round it are, but eventually all this will be swept away, which will be sad.
And you'll remember that Roy Bold if you saw him.
I probably will.
Because he has a mop of curly hair when he was a kid.
More than likely.
Well, like most people, we like to reminisce. You know, we like to think of the good old days, as we thought they were. So, as soon as I enter Ravenscliffe Avenue, I feel at home. And I live in a lovely place now, not far from here. But I just feel at home.
It's nice to know that we're still around, because a lot of our friends and that have passed on, haven't they gone? It's nice to see the people that I grew up with.
Quite more so. Yeah. When you go back, you know, 70 years, or even more. Yeah. Yeah, it's just great.
Well, you see, this part here were a lot lower down, weren't they? This field here, it wasn't flat like that.
Well, I see people coming, sharing stories, sharing photographs, sharing memories that then we're storing up in archives so future generations can access those stories and those memories, which is so important now for people moving on to the estate, because a lot of people think that the estate was built in the 50s, but through this we've discovered it was actually built in the 1920s. So it's just reinvigorating interest in a community that is so vibrant, but in some ways needs more people to pull together and know about that history, which the core group is now doing. And the next stage is hopefully going to spread that to the younger community, record their stories through voices and photography, so the whole estate history is recorded.